Welcome back, everybody, to Paddling Pool 217. Sorry that we've just had quite a long break there, but we were waiting for the outcome of the previous game for the game we're going to be casting, and now we're just having some technical hitches with the lobby that we're sorting out. But we need to talk about the fact that three baguettes who won the last Paddling Pool outright, 216, just got knocked out the tournament 2-0 off stream to Black Sentinels, who are a team I've never heard of, but I'm now extremely interested in their roster, because that is not a trivial feat at all. So 3 baguettes out of the tournament in single elimination round 2, and they're now going to be playing against Hell's Paradise, the number 5 seeds, for round 3. Pat, yeah, what are your thoughts? That's quite a nice plot twist, I think.
It's a single elimination phase, and it can go very fast. Just takes 2 games and you're out of a tournament, and that's what you have to deal with. And it looks like 3 baguettes, so they can more with the chicken. Was like they let their guard down, and Black Sentinels managed to get the victory off of them. Congratulations to Black Sentinels, and now you have to win it. But hello, you Black Sentinels, you have to go the distance. And if I don't see you in finals, you're banned. I get you banned.
Oh, no pressure for them then. That seems a totally fair and proportionate response to the situation. But it does speak to the absolute mercilessness that is. When we get to single elimination phase. But it's also a really lovely problem to have that we had 44 competitors for this tournament, which for a midweek tourney is really not too shabby at all. And going from groups to single elimination is pretty much the only viable way we can make that run during the week. So yeah, it's big stuff. And hopefully we'll get Black Sentinels on stream at some point and see how the heck they manage to do that. But right now, not losing any more time, Lucky Cherries are number 2 seed versus BooyahGang. BooyahGang I recognise and see in a lot of tournaments. They are constantly on the tournament grind, and it is clearly paying off because they keep making it pretty deep into tournaments. So yeah, I think it's going to be quite an interesting one, because also, whilst we are still in best of 3, we have a Splat Zones on Sturgeon Shipyard opening, and then teams get the opportunity to counterpick. So we'll be seeing teams play on their strongest map mode combinations now, and this is where things get really intense and juicy.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see Lucky Cherries in, because we have Cream and Pika from Cherry Limeade. And it's always a pleasure to watch them play. They create the surprise, they can play anything, and it's always fun to watch. And I think teams are ready now. Finally, we have a fully working lobby, and we will be able to watch a game very soon. Just press A, guys, press A. Come on.
Kit Kat contemplating their life choices right now before we finally lock in and get underway. But yeah, very stacked teams right now. It should be pretty intense games. And hopefully, folks, touch wood, the fact that we've had a bit of delay getting to this point is we should have a lot of our matches from this point very quickly ready to go. So I don't anticipate any breaks of the length that we just had in the rest of the tournament. So it's going to be non-stop action from here. We're not going to waste any more time. Crim and Pika with the reef looks. I've not seen one of them for a fair bit. This is a really interesting comp from Lucky Cherries. BooyahGang going with some of the more classic choices, but players that are very good with their weapons of choice. So wow, interesting compositions.
Yeah, Lucky Cherries, I think their longest range is the Viper on their team. That's how aggressive they are right now. And Ray's moving in with the blaster, keeping BooyahGang deep in their base. He's going to get picked up by Dio. It looks like Lucky Cherry is really maintaining the fight inside of BooyahGang's court.
Oh, that made me laugh when you said that the longest range weapon on Team Splatana Wiper. I'm just picturing Splatana Wiper trying to be anchoring anyway, but nope, they're going all aggression. Beautiful snipe by Kit Kat there. Shut down the blaster, but they need to do more than just stop the offense. This timer is ticking down massively. Marsh right in spawn here, slapping everybody around with the stamp, finally getting stopped by Dario. But Dario and only one other teammate are up. They've got 15 ticks to sort this out, Pat. I don't know if they're going to manage it.
Yeah, fantastic anchor play by Marsh with the wiper.
That's the meta. That's what we needed. We needed backline Splatana wiper this whole time. Lucky Cherries have solved the meta, folks. But on a serious note, what a devastating offensive composition there. That was just immediate. They got the zone once, and that was it, wasn't it? Really?
Yeah. With that aggressive comp, Lucky Cherries, once they were in control, they were just so far deep in there, but even getting a pick or two, even if BooyahGang really managed to get splats, that wasn't enough, that was too late, that was too far away from the zone, and Lucky Cherries had the time to really maintain the full control that they had of that game.
No luck about it as well. I think it's just pure skill, Cherries, to be honest. I mean, the reflux being a weapon that, you know, is known for its degeneracy before the nerf, but I haven't seen one of them used well or viably for quite a while now. So that obviously worked perfectly for that composition for what they were aiming to do. I imagine we will see the you know, maybe Splatana Wiper have a place like that supporting the teams with the Deco build, but I don't know because the Reflux is obviously notorious for the spam. But looks like the counter pick is going to be Clam Blitz on Hammerhead. What's your thoughts on that choice?
With the amount of range that you've seen on the side of Lucky Cherries, going with a map where an editor has a lot of room for themselves, can keep the enemy at bay, is very good, and it looks like we're going to go to Brinewater Springs for a nice game of Splat Zones.
Okay, that does make more sense to me as a counter pick. I don't often see a Clam Hammer as a choice. So Splat Zones on Brinewater was kind of known, people just picking quad Crab Tank and painting the zone from the ramp, but it does feel the meta's evolved a bit since then with the patch, and obviously is about to change significantly soon with some of the slaps on the wrist, and in the case of Splatana Stamper, outright smack they've been given to their viability. BooyahGang going for a similar composition, so they've got faith in what they're running. I think it's a very good comp for this map mode combination, and Lucky Cherries understandably sticking with what just worked incredibly well for them, but with a 96 deco now, so there's a tiny bit of range.
Yeah, so much more range. The 96 is going to be the first to fall down, actually, and it looks like it's 3 down in favor of BooyahGang, and it's just Marsh trying to stay alive with the wiper. There's going to be a jump. That's not a good jump raise. Go back to spawn, and right now it's BooyahGang's turn to be in control and score some points.
And this is a different team to game one. I mean, Bedu there, BooyahGang's Tetris was on an absolute tear at the start of that match. Just saw pick after pick after pick. Yoshi's doing the classic kind of crab tank on the ramp trick, now trying to aggress. The Tetris gets them down, which is fantastic. So only the reflux up at the moment. Obviously the reflux on its own is not going to be able to do much. That's essentially a delayed wipe. Badu going right up into the ramp, but getting punished for extending a bit too quickly. So we will see if Lucky Cherries can recover. It looks like they're going to have an opportunity here now. They have a numbers advantage.
Yeah, and it looks like Grim is going to stop that crab tank with the Kraken and getting another pick with the Kraken. So good. And Lucky Cherries reef sliding their turn to sacrifice a Tetris to the reef slider gods.
I just can't get over how deep both teams have already gone. We're a minute and a half in and we've had people effectively spawn camping on either side. Missile carnage coming out now from Lucky Cherries though. Krim trying to take advantage of that but being punished. Badu getting some beautiful picks, trying to drop into the zone. Pika with a good splat, and Dario doing a good job there of surviving the reflux's fury and managing to get a zone cap. But this is getting quite messy and quite scrappy. It's just constant trades and revenge kills right now.
At least BooyahGang, they managed to apply penalty, but right now Lucky Cherries is back in control and it's just Dario back with the Stamper and against the Kraken. You have to move back. Badu is going to get caught by the Kraken's attack. Krim is right in there.
Oh, Beautiful, beautiful. Just quickly popping out of the ink. 96 Gal obviously having the best RNG on its initial couple of shots and really nailing those first 2 shots to immediately take down that E lead. So that was pretty significant. But just BooyahGang seemingly struggling up to this point, but now managing to get 3 down. Desperately trying to take out Marsh. They will manage it, but now they need to hold, and they've been struggling to hold because of how quick Lucky Cherries just getting in aggress off the back of a missiles push. They still have a numbers advantage. They're trying to recover some ground on Lucky Cherries' ramp. Go for it, Pat.
Yeah, no, I was saying, but right now Lucky Cherries are in. BooyahGang, they got a very good lead off of that push. And finally, both teams have been able to really keep control of the zone for more than 5 seconds, and it looks like Lucky Cherries is going to need to keep that zone. Quite a bit of time to get rid of that penalty, and the Kraken is right in. How are you? Oh, come on.
Oh, wow. Crim just has no fear. Like 96 being on the quite a long-range weapon. Crim goes really deep when they're in Kraken. And then you would expect a 96 to retreat, but they stay in there and they fight and they use, squid rolls and all sorts to get some really powerful trades. And then when you've got Marsh up here as well, running in with a hammer and then going really deep, it's no wonder BooyahGang is struggling so desperately to stop the penalty. And that is gonna do it. Lucky Cherries, they just do not stop rushing at your spawn, do they?
That was so back and forth, and every time one team would get to the enemy spawn, the rest of the team would get wiped and there would be no one to paint the zone, and then the other team would get back the zone and we would be back to square one with one team getting directly to the enemy spawn. But finally, Lucky Cherries managing to really get to that spawn one more time and getting that control a bit longer and getting that 2-0, and that means they're going to go to the semi-finals.
Very well done to them. Obviously, very well done to BooyahGang as well. I love seeing a team like them that are constantly on the grind, constantly giving their all, and that tournament experience is paying off because they are getting some really good placements lately, and they're constantly holding their own against teams of a very high caliber. But yeah, very action-packed game. Really fun when games are that back and forth because it could have gone either way, really, that game too. But we will be taking a short break, folks. We will be getting ready for our first semi-final match, and we are going to be moving into best of 5s with a opener of Clan Blitz on Brinewater, followed by, hopefully, 4 delicious counter picks and a lot of adapting from these top teams. So we'll take a small break, and we'll be with you very shortly for some semi-finals action.